It was 2 a.m. when I heard the knocking, soft, frantic, like someone afraid to wake the dead. I thought it was a dream at first, but then came her voice, cracked, trembling, familiar. "Uncle, please, it's me." When I opened the door, my niece, Lily, stood there, 13 years old, barefoot, soaked from the rain, and holding her swollen belly like it might break her in half. "What's wrong?" I asked, though the answer sat heavy in her eyes. She tried to speak, but the words tangled in her throat. I need help," she whispered. Then her knees buckled, and she collapsed in my arms. I drove like a madman through the storm. Red lights, empty roads, the world blurred into streaks of water and panic. At the hospital, the doctor took one look at her, and something in his face hardened. He didn't ask me anything, just called someone. Minutes later, 2 police officers walked in. That's when I knew this wasn't just an emergency. This was a crime. They said she was 5 months pregnant. They said she wouldn't say who the father was. But I knew the look in her eyes. I'd seen it before. Once, a long time ago, in my sister's face when she married him. Daniel, my brother-in-law, the golden boy. A teacher, a volunteer, the kind of man everyone trusted because he smiled just right. I'd trusted him too. Until that night. Years earlier, when my sister introduced him to me, I almost envied her. He was charming, confident, the kind of man who remembered everyone's name. He laughed easily, bought thoughtful gifts, volunteered to fix my mother's fence without being asked. He was too perfect. That should have been the first sign. After their wedding, I watched him mold himself into the family like a parasite that learned the host's rhythm. He always made himself indispensable, watching the kids, helping with chores, handling the finances. Lily adored him, called him her hero. And I looked away. Until that night at the hospital. The detective asked questions I couldn't answer. Lily wouldn't talk. My sister sat frozen in denial. Daniel was out of town for work, unreachable. I wanted to scream, to break something, to find him myself, but I didn't. Instead, I watched, listened, waited. Patience is a weapon most people forget exists. 2 weeks later, Daniel came back. He played his part perfectly. Shocked, outraged, pretending to comfort his wife while the police questioned him. I stood at the back of the room, silent. His eyes flicked to mine once, just once, and in that split second, I saw it. The flicker of recognition. He knew I knew. That was enough. I started small. First, the finances. He'd taken over my sister's bookkeeping years ago, handled their savings, their mortgage. I helped her review the accounts under the pretense of helping with the hospital bills. What I found was a pattern. Hidden transfers, falsified pay slips, a shell company under Lily's name. He'd been siphoning money for years. I didn't tell her. Not yet. Next, I called in a favor from an old friend in IT. Together, we went through Daniel's old teaching records, his deleted emails, his cloud backups. There were photos, messages, the kind that make your stomach turn. He'd groomed more than one girl. I could have gone to the police, but men like Daniel knew how to survive accusations. He'd charm his way through, twist the truth, play the victim. No, that wasn't enough. He needed to lose everything. So I built his downfall like a clockwork, piece by piece. The money trail was first, sent anonymously to the school board, his employers, the IRS. Then the photos, timed leaks to the local paper through a burner account. Each week another domino fell. His job, his reputation, his friends. He didn't know where it was coming from. He thought it was his wife, maybe even Lily. I made sure the timing kept him guessing, paranoid, unraveling. And while he fell apart publicly, I prepared the final strike privately. I sent him a letter. No return address, no threats. Just one line. Meet me where you ruined her. There was only one place that fit. The old storage shed behind the school, where, according to Lily's hesitant words, everything began. He came, late at night, shaking, desperate. I was already inside, waiting. He flinched when he saw me. "You," he said, voice dry, "you did this to me." "No," I said, "you did this to yourself." He tried to bluster, to act indignant, but he couldn't meet my eyes. His hands trembled. His mask was gone now, and what remained was small, pathetic. I stepped closer. "I could end you right here," I said quietly, "but that's too kind. You'll live, you'll breathe, you'll wake up every morning knowing everyone sees you for what you are." I handed him an envelope. Inside were printed copies, photos, financial records, statements from the girls who'd come forward once they saw his face on the news, everything tied neatly together. He looked at me like a cornered animal.